Hey everyone, my name is Gamer Corey, and welcome back to another Red Dead Online video. Now in today's video, we are going to be going over three separate things, and the first one being where you guys can go ahead and find Madame Nazar for today, or Madame Nazar's location. The second thing that we're actually going to go over is all of the different collection sets and their current cycles, and then last but not least, we're going to go over all of the daily challenges in extensive detail so that you guys can make as much gold as possible here in Red Dead Online. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. And the first thing that we're actually going to show you guys is where you guys can go ahead and find Madame Nazar. And Madame Nazar's location is technically in Tall Trees for today, and your fast travel destination of choice is going to be at Manzanita Post. Now, you can always come from Blackwater if you guys would really like to, but it's a little bit quicker if you go through Manzanita Post. But if this is the only thing that you guys came here for today, then don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe down below. It would help me out a lot and is greatly appreciated. Also, don't forget to leave a like on this video. It tells me a few different things. Number one, it tells me that you want me to continue making these types of videos each and every single day for you guys. Number two, it tells me that you enjoy them and want to continue them. And honestly, number three, if it helped you out, click on that like button because it will help somebody else find this video, because that's how YouTube works. The more likes we can get, it can get pushed out to more people, and more people can get helped with what they are actually looking for. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to the next thing, and that's going to be talking about the different collection sets and their current cycles. Now, I like to go after the coins and the lost jewelry myself, just because you do make the most amount of money in the shortest amount of time possible. And that's actually how I made a majority of my money, is by doing these collection routes. But you need the field shovel and also the metal detector in order to complete the coins and the family heirloom, or the lost jewelry. And you'll make $540 roughly per hour, and it will take you about 3.5 hours or so to complete those 5 different collection sets. Now, coins are going to be a part of cycle number 5 for today, and the lost jewelry will be a part of cycle number 4 for today. Now, the other two sets I'm about to go over also need the field shovel or the metal detector, and that's going to be the arrowheads at cycle number 4 and the family heirlooms at cycle number 3. Now, the next 4 sets I'm actually about to go over, you don't even actually have to be a collector at all to collect any of these items. However, you're not going to be able to sell them until you actually purchase the collector's bag from Madame Nazar, so just kind of keep that in mind. You can carry 10 of these sets, so by the time you actually get 10 of these sets, you should be able to purchase the collector bag from Madame Nazar. If you don't, then you're not doing the daily challenges, which is what we're going to get to here in just a moment. We have the American Wildflowers, which is probably the easiest one because you can actually get 3 sets every single day, and that's going to be cycle number 3 for today. We have the Tarot Cards, which is going to be 4 different sets at cycle number 2. We have the Antique Alcohol Bottles at cycle number 3, and the Bird Eggs at cycle number 3 as well. So Antique Alcohol Bottles and Bird Eggs, both at cycle number 3. Then with the American Wildflowers. Alright, so before we actually get into the daily challenges, I just quickly want to go over my live stream schedule and a couple other things. I do live stream every Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. If for whatever reason I don't, I'll actually have that posted on my website and or Twitter. So those are going to be the best 2 places to go ahead and check that out for any times or cancellations or changes that might happen. But typically every Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, I do go live here on the channel. So definitely join me on those days. And again, check out my website, which is gamercorey.com, to make sure that you guys are in touch and in tune with everything that I do when I go live. Another thing that I do have is memberships on the channel if you guys want to support me further as a content creator. If you guys are enjoying these types of videos or any of the other videos that I put here on YouTube, by becoming a member, it directly supports me so that I can continue making these types of videos for you guys and continue to grow and do this full time for you guys. So it would definitely be appreciated if you guys would even consider that. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to the daily challenges. And I'm quickly just going to go over the list of them first, just in case that's the only thing that you guys came here for today. And then we're going to go over them in detail. So we have the list: 750 distance non-player enemy dragged from horseback, 1 multiplayer kill with 5 seconds in posse versus mode. We have 1 place top 3 with a score in free roam events. We have 1 posse infighting completed, 5 ram's head picked, 5 rock bass caught, and then last but not least, visited a shop in Tumbleweed. For the role challenges today, we got 2 Moonshine bar dance for 2 minutes, 2 times. We have 3 Moonshine bootlegger missions completed, 4 Moonshine served to other players at a bar, 20 carcasses donated within 10 minutes, A total of 15,838 distant delivery wagon traveled while on a mission. 1 resupply mission completed with 5 minutes left. 3 American wildflowers found. 2 collectibles found with a metal detector. 3 family heirlooms found. 2 bounties brought in from West Elizabeth posters. 3 bounty targets lassoed from horseback. And last but not least, we have 3 bounty targets looted. Alright, so a lot of those actually did seem relatively easy today, but actually, like, the first 4 are all, like, PvP. Well, okay, these 3 are all PvP related, which is kind of interesting. Usually there's not quite that many every single day. Usually there's 1 or 2, and sometimes there's none at all, but usually when there's 3 or more than 3, that's usually pretty odd. So, but anyway, let's go over these in detail for you guys. So 750 distance non-player enemy drag from horseback. You can do this 1 or 2, 3 different ways. You can find a bootlegger mission like you have to anyway, and then, you know, lasso them from horseback. You can get them started, and they'll chase you down. That's one way that you guys can do that. You can actually get an NPC that's just riding by on their horse, shoot at their horse, like the guy that's riding away on their cart over there. You can actually shoot at them. They'll get pissy, and what they're going to do is they're going to pull their gun, and then at that point they'll become an enemy, and then you just have to lasso them and then drag them for that 750. Now, if you guys are careful enough, then you can typically do this with 1 non-player enemy, NPC, or you could potentially have to do this with more. I think the last time that I did it, I actually had to do it twice, but it's really not that difficult. It's actually relatively easy. Now, we have 1 multiplayer kill with 5 seconds in a posse versus mode. Now, you are going to actually have to have 2 other people in a posse. So there's going to have to be 3 people in a posse in order to get this one completed. I've tried this multiple times with only 1 other player, and it does not work. It takes too long for the other person to respawn, and they respawn way too far away. And that's even with, like, explosive rounds or dynamite arrows. I've never been able to do this, and I've tried hundreds of times to make this work, and I can't get it. So you're going to need 3 people in order to do this. And then obviously you get 2 people to stand next to each other. 1 person can throw like dynamite, blow the other ones up, and then you just take turns. That's what you got to do. Place top 3 in a score in free roam events. It's going to be kind of the luck of the draw. There's quite a few different free roam events that are available throughout the world, especially if you're rank 4 or higher in any of the roles. You'll get offered some of the more specialized free roam events for that specific role. And then you just have to be lucky enough to get in the top 3. Now, these are going to be a little bit less common than doing like any of the showdown modes, but it kind of is what it is. And then posse infighting completed. Now, this will go along with the multiplayer kills. If you guys don't have 3 people total, you can do this with at least 1 other player and at least complete the posse infighting completed. So you guys can pick or choose, but if you get lucky enough to get 2 other people in your posse, then you can get both of these done. I mean, you can get them done the exact same time, to be completely honest. Now, we got 5 Ram's Head picked. Now, I'm going to show you guys a couple different locations right by Valentine. Now, Valentine is my go-to place for a lot of different herbs and a lot of different things in general. I spend a lot of my time in New Hanover, and specifically between, like, Valentine and Rhodes and Emerald Ranch begin with. So I know that Rhodes is technically part of Lemoyne, but I pick a lot of herbs in this area. So we have Ram's Head right here on the M. We also have one that's a little bit north between the U and the M right about here, and then one off just a little bit to the left of it. If you guys come down below the C, there's actually one right about here and one right about here. Now, these locations aren't like exact, but they should be relatively close for you guys. And then you have another one that's pretty much right above the F and kind of between the O and the R, right about there. So I just gave you guys 7 different locations, and typically they spawn from 1 to 3 different ram head. So in that general area, you should be able to get your 5, no problem. And again, your fast travel destination of choice for those will actually be in Valentine. All right, let's get off our horse so our horse can actually recover a little bit. And let's go back into the daily challenges. We've got rock bass caught. Now, for the most part, rock bass can be found in any body of water. They will require cheese bait to be caught. So you guys will need the cheese bait. So if you guys don't have any, then get some. But that's what will attract the rock bass the best. And you also will need the fishing rod if you're too low. Like, I think it's under level or rank 10. I think you can't purchase the fishing rod, so keep that in mind. And then you just have to visit a shop in Tumbleweed. There's a couple different ones that you can visit. You got the general store, the gunsmith, and you also have the butcher. Now, typically I go to the butcher just because you don't actually even have to get off your horse to get this one to be counted. All right, so let's go to and move on to the daily role challenges. We have to dance for 2 minutes, 2 times at the Moonshine bar. This will require a total of 4 minutes to get this one completed. You do have to hold down a button the entire time while you're doing this, so just be patient. You will get it sooner than later. We have 3 Moonshine bootlegger missions completed. Now, these can be done randomly, or you can actually go and talk to Maggie in order to get these to be generated throughout the world. Either one will actually work just fine. So if you can do 2 through Maggie and have 1 naturally generate, that's perfectly fine, or whatever. Doesn't matter. And then we have to serve 4 Moonshine to other players at the bar, which means that you're going to have to either join your bar or another player's bar and then serve them. And that's how you're going to be able to get that. So even if you don't own a Moonshine bar, you can actually get this one completed if you have access to it anyway, by using somebody else's bar if they invite you in to their bar, or if you're in a posse and then you're able to go in. We have 20 carcasses donated within 10 minutes. The best way to do this is by using the small animal carcasses, and the small animal carcasses are going to include different types of squirrels, western chipmunks, toads, bullfrogs. We have bats and rats. Crows will actually count towards small animal carcasses, and then any of the small birds, so blue jays, orioles, waxwing sparrows, cardinals, whatever. All of those will count towards small birds. Now, typically, you can find them during the day. There's a ton in the Great Plains, which is pretty close to where Mad Nazar is over by Manzanita Post today. Or you can find a lot by Valentine in between. Like, there's actually is that a bird right there that I just saw? I think that was, what was it? The Baltimore Oriole. So that's all, that's all you have to actually do. And obviously you're gonna find them mostly during the day, but you just look out for these little birds that are flying around, and you just gotta pick them up. It doesn't matter what their quality is, and then you just donate them to Crips. Pretty easy peasy. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the next one. And then we got a distance of 15,830 delivery wagon travel on a mission. This is going to be equivalent to 2 distant deliveries. So if you guys have time to do that, by all means do it. It's not time efficient for me. It's going to take anywhere between 20 minutes and a half an hour to get those completed. So not worth it in my opinion. But if you guys really need the gold, then by all means go ahead and do that one. Because it doesn't matter how many goods you deliver. You can deliver 1 good each. But I wouldn't waste your time. It's my personal opinion. We have 1 resupply mission completed with 5 minutes left. So basically do a resupply mission as fast as you possibly can today. We have 3 American Wildflowers, which Wildflowers are going to be a part of cycle number 3. I saw that we had a fair amount of heirlooms as well. That's also going to be a part of cycle number 3. And then 2 collectibles found with a metal detector. Now, some of these can be found with a metal detector. A majority of the family heirlooms are not found with a metal detector. So I would strictly go after like a lot of the lost jewelry, the coins, and the arrowheads will require the metal detector. Not all the arrowheads, not all the family heirlooms, not all the lost jewelry, but some of it. Now, if you want to guarantee that you're always going to be using the metal detector, go after the coins, because the coins always require the metal detector. Last but not least, we have the Bounty Hunter role, which is the only role that does pay out additionally in gold, which is awesome. We have 2 bounties brought in from West Elizabeth, so you're looking at Wallace Station, Strawberry, and Blackwater. We have 3 bounty targets lassoed from horseback. So as long as you lasso them from your horseback, you're going to be fine. So they can run, whatever. Doesn't matter. As long as you stay on your horseback and lasso them, that's going to be just fine. Or you can get them to run away and then get on your horseback and then chase after them, whatever. And then loot them before you actually stow them on the back of your horse and bring them in for delivery. These 2, actually all 3 of these actually kind of, for the most part, a lot of the bounty hunter ones all go together anyway. For the most part, not all the time, but for the most part. So these definitely do for today. But that is all of the daily challenges done, gone over, and covered. If you guys do have any questions regarding any of the daily challenges or anything that we covered here in the video or episode today, then by all means, leave a comment down below, because I'd love to be able to help you guys out if you guys do need some help. But if you guys did enjoy the video or found it helpful in any way, then don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe down below. It would help me out a lot and is greatly appreciated. But until next time, YouTube, you guys keep doing what you're doing because you're already doing it. And you guys stay gaming.